Buonasera to you this evening, Michele.
Buonasera.
Resident Chef Michele Usci. Buonasera, Anna Ropiccioli.
Buonasera,
È giusto
Caterina.
così?
Hai detto bene.
Okay, I know the Italians are very fussy about the way you say their names. It's all the double C's and the one L's and the two I's, mamma mia. Now, tell me, Anna, where do you come from in Toscana?
I come from Lucca.
Lucca.
Lucca is north of Florence.
Michele was saying, of course, that in Tuscany they speak without the C. It's all with the haka, isn't it?
Oh yeah, especially if you come from near Florence.
Yes. Now, let me ask you a question. Now, Lucca is a name that I know because I know that, well, having researched it, it's very famous for its olive oil. In fact, some of the highest grade oils that come out of Italy come out of Lucca. So I know it's famous for that. What else is it famous for?
Oh, many traditional dishes like soup in winter time.
Yes. And tell me, Anna, what are some regional dishes that are really famous up in Lucca?
Oh, many things. From where I come from, because we are 30 kilometers from Lucca, it's more like chestnuts.
The castagne for the Italians at home.
Yeah, things like that.
And of course, Tuscany is quite famous, as much as they've got all wonderful game and seafood and the beautiful cheeses, but they're also very famous for their desserts, and I know that's your specialty, isn't it?
Oh, I like cooking.
You like
because probably I like eating too.
We all love eating it. Michele, did you hear that?
Yeah.
It'd be nice to have some for breakfast in the morning for a change. Allora, Michele, what are you and Anna going to show us this evening?
Tonight we're going to do the caciucco alla livornese
Caciucco.
and the castagnaccio.
Castagnaccio. Now, caciucco is basically a fish soup,
Yep.
and castagnaccio for our viewers at home is a chestnut cake. Is that correct?
Correct.
Is that how it's translated? Okay, fantastic. But this one is the traditional one, so I'm really excited to know how we're going to do this. Now, are there any particular fish that go into it? Because I know what you were saying about they should have fish with bones. The one thing I do know is that it's going to have a minimum of 5 fish, 1 for each C in caciucco. Did you know that,
Yeah,
Anna?
I knew that.
You knew that. I have to extract all the information from these wonderful people. Now, what are the sort of fish that you would normally have used at home?
When we were in Italy, not much sea fish. Because we were far from the sea.
Of course.
So
yes.
we usually eat river
River fish?
From the river, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And are there
like
any
trout
examples?
or,
Okay.
Yeah, and things like that.
Okay.
Anguille.
Anguilla, which are
Yeah.
eels?
Yeah.
Yes, Italians love eels. They're not really found very often on restaurant menus, are they, Michele?
No.
Sometimes at home.
Sometimes they escape from the kitchen and they run to the dining room and people are getting scared.
Yeah, I know what that story is all about.
What are we going to use in this dish as well is also some flathead. Now,
There's a particular deep sea rock flathead which is fantastic. It's probably
Yes.
got the most flavour if you can get it from your fishmonger.
that's really important. Flathead has got a lot of flavor.
Yes.
It's not really recognized as really good fish in Australia.
Oh,
sort
I
of,
love deep sea rock
but
flathead.
it's really
fabulous.
good.
Okay.
And a lot of Italians, when they come over here straight away, they go to the market, they get confused with the flathead with the coda di rospo, because they say look like a coda di rospo.
Is that the monkfish? Isn't it the
But not the one that you find here. It's a
Okay.
different monkfish, yeah.
Because it's nearly got like the meat like lobster meat, hasn't it?
Yeah.
The coda di rospo.
And
yes.
coda di rospo is one of the most expensive fish you can find in Italy.
Yes.
This one is, it's not the same fish. So.
Okay. So we've got all our whole fish on the bone, and then on top of that, I suppose they're the first things that go into the caciucco.
Yes,
Okay.
it depends. We're going to cut the fish as well, so
Yes.
we're going to make it easier to cook. And then also we're going to have some mussels, of course,
Le cozze,
some vongole,
clams,
and some telline or pipis.
pippies. Now they're a different shape, Michele. Can I just hold that up to the viewers because they've got more of a triangular sort of shape, whereby you've got the vongole have got this sort of more rounder and this sort of a rougher shell. So there you go.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And there's also some calamari, of course, and some prawns.
We should tell our viewers at home a little trick though. Often the pippies or the clams can have a lot of sand in them. So what's the way that we get rid of the sand, Michele?
Sometimes it's also good maybe that you actually cook, you actually open the shellfish with a little bit of wine. And then what you do, you filter the stock as well.
Yeah.
So you don't get any sand,
Yeah,
because
that's-
otherwise when you go and eat a pasta, you get full of crunch.
Okay,
And,
all
I
right.
think they're the best.
Is the best way to
Yeah,
do
the
it.
best way to do it.
And that's about, what, 1.5 kilos of fish, all
Yeah.
told?
If 6 people, you better have lots of bread, that's all I'm saying.
And I suppose, although we are calling caciucco a fish soup, which is the literal translation, but in fact it is a stew because è un piatto unico. Is that right? Which is a single plate, so
correct.
it's a one full course.
Yeah.
Is that right? Yeah.